Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to another update of TronLoop.io. I'm going to speak about TronLoop, how it works right now, and how it's going to work very soon. So, what we have right now, folks, ladies and gentlemen, or my brothers and sisters in the community, those who already know is what we have is a simple system, a system that would enable everyone to receive because it's a system that puts you in line, or we call that a loop, a straight line, or whatever you call it, a loop. And when it's your turn, you receive and you go back in line. Now, because of the upgrade that we're going to go through in the next few days, that may last a week or maybe less, some of these words will be changing, but I can tell you that, for example, this paragraph will not change. TronLoop is the world's only global, decentralized, community-driven smart contract portal where all members are instantly positioned to multiply their Tron or TRX deposits many times over as our TronLoop portal grows to infinity. With the upgrade, which I'm about to talk in just a few that we're about to do, we're going to go till infinity. Now, what's going to happen is that within our community, because we are a community, we are not like what you're used to. This, first of all, is on the blockchain of Tron blockchain. It is a smart contract. It's decentralized. It's not a matrix. It's not network marketing. It's not affiliated marketing. It's a circular system where there's no top, there's no bottom. And we started by telling people that you didn't have to invite anyone and no one didn't have to invite anyone with no referral. But we are adding the referral aspect to incentivize those who can invite so that they can help us grow and they deserve to be incentivized. So that's why we say within our community, the TronLoop community, your TRX deposits will be doubled, triple, quadruple, will be multiplied 5 times over, if not more, especially with the upgrade coming. So now when we say we are the first global community built to passively reward every participant. Now, the upline, the downline, just know it's a circular system. But yes, starting with our upgrade in the next few days, I still don't have the exact timeline. I spoke with my developer this morning, and there's a few stuff that he has to figure out before he gives me a timeline. If it's not tonight, then for sure I'm getting the timeline tomorrow, so I can tell you the exact date. And then at that moment, we'll probably put a timer of 24 to 48 hours. But still, what we have here is a straight line, a loop that keeps on looping you back in to receive over and over again. Meaning that in TronLoop, even with the upgrade, there's not much that's going to change. It's really that what we're going to do is incentivize those who can help us grow, while those who cannot recruit, even if their lives depended on it, you can still be part of TronLoop. And the difference will be that those who are part of TronLoop right now, we are basically, you're not losing your position, you're not losing your wherever you are in the infinity loops. It's just that going forward, as we upgrade, anyone who wants to join TronLoop will have to be invited by someone. Now, when you are invited by someone, you don't have to invite someone afterwards, but you will be invited by someone if you're not in TronLoop when we upgrade. And that person who invites you will immediately be rewarded with 20% of whatever infinity loop that you're joining. So the loop numbers will not change either. The only thing is that 20% will be automatically given to um, to the person who invites that person, because again, whoever can help us grow, we need to reward those people. And basically 80% is left in the loop. And all of us will get 100% of that 80%. There's no more after that one time 20% bonus of, we can call it a fast start bonus or an inviter's bonus. We'll find the right term. It's not set in stone. But after the 20% is paid, then then the loop starts basically, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. But still, right now, as strong loop is right now, and let me explain before I play this video. What is the advantage of joining now versus joining when we upgrade in, I would say, maximum in a week? Here's the difference. If you join now, you will you can join with no sponsor, meaning that whoever you are, wherever you are, you just need to have your Tron wallet, your Tron link, or whatever it is, connected to our website, and then you can just buy the infinity loops, which means that whoever's receiving from you joining will receive 100% of all the infinity loops that's here. That's the only quote unquote advantage. Now, if you are someone that can invite people in our great platform or community, then what I would advise to you is to wait for the upgrade so that you can be rewarded with that 20%. So that's really the only difference. So we decided to keep it up and running as is until we upgrade. And then when we upgrade, then it'll be very advantageous for those who can help us grow. So I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Let me just play this. This has to be played, even though it will be modified. It is the DNA of TronLoop, and I really love it. I love this movie. It's only 2 minutes long, and I especially like the background music. Now remember, some of what we're saying will be updated. Basically, there will be no requirements per se, but if you want to earn more, you want to receive more, and you can help us grow, you will be rewarded. That's really the differences that will be, and we'll make sure that the video going forward or the movie going forward reflects that. But until then, let's watch it as is. Okay, let me stop it. Let's continue. I'm not going to read everything verbatim, but I want to let you know what's like, for example, when we say no sponsoring, no upline, no downline, no recruiting, this will become now optional in the sense that you don't have to do it, but those who can do it will be rewarded. Still, this doesn't change. TronLoop works by sequential loop and payout. Each loop pays you the exact amount of your initial deposit plus re-enters you at no cost back into the same infinity loop to receive another loop deposit and re-enter you forever. Actually, there'll be a little change here while I'm reading this. Multiple packages and wallets allowed. This will not change. Open to all. As we grow, you'll continually receive automatic deposit and be re-entered for free to receive again for a lifetime. There is no cap on our simple but powerful TronLoop system. It's the world's first fully passive residual income community. What we have, folks, right now as is, and what it's about to become, I think we're about to make. I think people are about to really hear our name, TronLoop, the community, because it's going to become very rewarding, especially with that 20%, transparent, affordable for the masses. So here you have here, you got the what we call infinity loops because they're going to keep on looping until infinity. They're not set to stop. We're the ones who decide, how far we can bring this. And it's measured in TRX. If you're not familiar with TRX, TRX is just another cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Tether, for example. If I bring you here on coinmarketcap.com, a great website to find out more. And if you see there's so many cryptocurrencies here, blockchains and so on. But if we go straight to Tron and we click on Tron here, what it says, I just want to read it real fast for those who are not too familiar, because I don't want to make this too long and there won't be no Q&A. So that's why I'm trying to make this as detailed as possible to try to answer every question I can think about. I'm just waiting for this chart to open, because as it opens, it's going to throw my, okay, here it is. Now, if you don't know about Tron, it's very simple. Tron is a blockchain-based operating system that aims to ensure this technology is suitable for daily use. Whereas Bitcoin can handle up to 6 transactions per second, and Ethereum up to 25 transactions per second, Tron claims, and has shown it actually, that its network has capacity for 2,000 transactions per second, TPS 24/7. Plus, it's very affordable. It's only 2 cents right now. Imagine if it goes to 10 cents or 20 cents. If you understand the word hodling, and you hodl or you hold on your crypto, you can also make it grow. Now, I want to say something. Here's a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing some personal opinions of mine on what I think this can do. You decide what you want to do. It's up to you. So now let me close this and let's go back to here. Like, now I'm on coinmill.com, a great currency converter for cryptocurrencies and fiat currency. So since we're talking about Tron and it starts at 250 TRX, how much is that in real dollars? Right now, at this very moment, is just above $6, 633 for now. Then if you go to 500 TRX, the next infinity loop, that's 1266. As you can see, it doubles, but still, let's look at it. 1,025.32, 2,000, that's 5064, 4,000, that's 101.29, 8,000, that's 202.58, 16,000, that's 405. 15 and 32,000. That's basically 8, 10, 30. All 8 infinity loops come up to 63,750 TRX, which is 1614 or $1,614 at this moment. It could go down, it could go up. It's not too dramatic. Like a few days ago, it was under 1600. Now it's just a little bit above 1600. For the sake of the example I'm about to give you, we're going to round it to 1600. I got a calculator online. Imagine looping on all 8 infinity loops, let's say 10 times, 20 times. Why not? Like, just for the sake of the example, what not 15 times for the fun of it? That's without even your much effort, because you're looping. Once you're in line, you don't have nothing to do. And the faster we grow, the faster you get there. So for those who want more and you want a strategy, the strategy is all 8 infinity loops and basically looping as many times as possible. Now, here's the great thing. Since we're going to institute that 20%, the 20% bonus or reward for those who can help us grow, let's take the same example. All 8 infinity loops, which come up to 1,600 USD, approximately, a little bit above, a little bit below, but for the sake of this example, 1,600 times 20%. 20% gives us 320. Imagine sharing and helping us grow as a community with 5, 10, 15, 20 people, and you're being rewarded immediately with 20% if you are on all 8 infinity loops and your people join all 8 infinity loops. Imagine sharing it with, just for the sake of this example, with 20 people. Now, you don't have to. Maybe you're going to share with less people or with more people. But for the sake of this example, the reward and fast start bonus would be 6,400. And imagine you only pay 1,600 to be on all 8 infinity loop. You haven't even looped yet, and you already, just with the fast start bonus, got 6,400. The sky's the limit. There's no limit to the amount of people you can share TronLoop with. And what's going to happen This is what's amazing. While you're being rewarded with that 20%, 80% goes in the loop of whatever loops. So that's why I say we're not going to all going forward. All of us are not going to receive 100% of what we see here, but 80%, basically 800 TRX, because 200 TRX will go to the person who invites that person who comes in. And when you loop, you're going to only receive 800 every time you loop in this infinity loop example, which is still powerful. So it's mind-boggling what we're about to do in terms of upgrade. If you do the numbers, so, and what I'm trying to say is that for those who are going to help us grow, you're being rewarded, plus all of us, the whole community, who is being helped because a drove, like an avalanche of new people will be added to the system. And each one of us, because I said it before and I'll say it again, TronLoop is probably the only system that guarantees that everyone will receive, because everyone will has a turn. And now with this, with incentivizing those who can help us grow. If you're a sponsor, a recruiter, a marketer, whatever you are, you can help us grow. You could be just a regular person. And like I think David Gettner said it, even those who are not recruiters, once they start receiving, they will become quote unquote recruiters. And I admit that TronLoop in the beginning was not made. I wanted to do something different in terms of recruiting requirements, but someone said it in the Telegram group, in this group. I read the comment, said most system that starts with no requirement and no sponsoring, quote unquote, fail. We don't want to fail. We don't want to be a failure. Actually, we've seen success on the first days, the first 4 days of pre-launch. So because of that, and we want to grow, and we don't want to just sit there and look at each other and not grow, because that's what was happening the last week and a half or so, then we decided that we are going to incentivize everyone, leaders or not leaders, whoever you are, you will get your 20% once you invite someone to help us grow. And that's going to help all of us loop. I think it's very powerful. It's super powerful, extra powerful. But I want to be clear. Let's not forget. And the 250 TRX, even though you pay that to enter, 20% will go to the person who invites you. I'm talking to all the new people going forward, which means that 50 TRX goes to the person who invites you, which means that only 200 TRX is left in the loop. And that's what all of us going to receive, because 50 will always go to the person who invites. And going forward, you have to be invited to join TronLoop. Same thing with the 500 TRX. So we know that 100 goes to whoever invites that person, and 400 is left for the loop. Now, even though I'm sure you guys can count, but let's be visual. I'm just doing it so that this is being recorded, so I'm being visual, very detailed. So we know that 200 goes to the person who invited, which 800 is left for that loop, and we get the full 800. So there's no issues about that. 2,000, I'm just doing it, even though we understand the math. I'm still doing it so that people cannot say we didn't show it. So we know that 400 will go to the person who invited that person in that infinity loop, which means that 1,600 is left in that loop, and that's still beautiful, and that's what we're going to receive. What about the 4,000? I'm doing it again, times 20%. So that means 800 TRX will go to the person who invites that person, and 3,200 will be left in that to go in the loop, which is still powerful. It's extra powerful. 8,000 times 20% for those who can help us grow. That's 1,600 that goes to you, which means that 6,400, if I'm not mistaken, my math is good. 6,400 is left in the loop. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, 6,400 is left in the loop. That's correct. And it's still super powerful. What about the 16,000 TRX infinity loop? Now, 20% is immediately assigned to whoever invites. That 3,200 goes to you, whoever invites in that loop. And that means what's left in that loop is 12,800 that's going to be in that loop. And then the last loop, 3,200. Now, I'm doing it in TRX, but I showed you in dollars. We'll do it again in dollars. 3,200 TRX times 20%. That means whoever invites someone in that infinity loop will receive immediately 6,400 TRX. And what's left in that loop for us to loop it will be basically 25,600 TRX. I want this to be clear. So that's why I did it, so that you could see what's happening. But still, basically 63,750 TRX to join all 8 infinity loops, but 20% goes to your inviter. That means 12,750 TRX will go directly to the inviter, while the rest is in all the loops, which is 51,000. So, man, I don't know why we didn't think about this sooner. We should have thought about this off on day one. And I sincerely apologize, but it is what it is. Growing is painful. We've reached a moment where we understand what we need to do and what we're about to do. And we're about to incentivize those who can help us grow. And those who don't help us grow, don't worry about it, because you're going to benefit from all of that. So let's get recap. It's 1600 US approximately for all 8 infinity loops. Imagine inviting just one person, where you're rewarded 320. And why not invite, like, I'm just going to go nuts. For those who can invite as many people, why not invite 25 people and be rewarded with $8,000, and you have not even looped yet? I think I made my point across. I think I did. Now, another thing for those who want to obtain TRX, if you're somewhere it's not easy for you to obtain TRX, just go to simpleswap.io. No, they're not paying me to say what I'm saying, but I think they are the best. You get more for your dollars. And for example, if you wanted to exchange one Bitcoin for TRX, you would get a lot of TRX, 641 TRX. And you know what? Don't worry about these numbers. It's still the equivalent of the dollars that you spend, but let's make it more realistic. What about one Ethereum? One Ethereum would give you 18,515. So let's say you want to do all 8 infinity loops. You might need 3 Ethereum. Actually, you might need 3.5 Ethereum. Let's be sure. You see, 3.5 Ethereum, actually 3.25, let's be sure. No, 3.3. You know what? 3.4. Let's just, yeah. No, not even. Damn. Okay, well then 3.5. 3.5 it is. 3.5 will give you 64,800 TRX. That's if you wanted to swap Ethereum. Now there's the Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero. There's all types of cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency world is a huge world. It's beautiful. Don't be intimidated by that world, because it is money. It's like fiat currency, cryptocurrency. The most important for the common folk is currency. Crypto makes it very secure. Fiat is basically issued by the central banks, and it's only based on the trust of the central bank, or the confidence that we have towards them. I don't want to be too technical. Now, coinmail.com will help you convert your TRX in other other fiat currency if you want to know. For example, let's say you live in Europe, and you want to know how much is 250 TRX in Europe. There you have it. It's only $5.38. So I'm sure there's other websites that could do the same thing. I'm using this website. Let's not forget, we have a huge group created by Max. Thank you, Max. That when we upgrade this, you're looking for leads. Here are your leads right there. So that's one thing. Let me close these different tabs. We do have a YouTube channel, and going forward, our YouTube channel will have all our videos compared to Vimeo. We're not giving up on Vimeo, but we prefer YouTube because, in case you don't know, YouTube is the second biggest search engine after Google. So when you look for something, a lot of time you'll probably if you don't Google it, you'll YouTube it. So that's why we are on YouTube. So help us grow. Please subscribe. Now, and I'm going to post this webinar being recorded, and we have our Vimeo channel, vimeo.com/TronLoop. We have our own official channel. It's only one channel. It's not a group. It's a channel, TronLoop official channel. But when we post something on this, we usually forward it to the different groups that we are aware of, and then that's basically it. Like, folks, as is, it's already powerful, but what's about to become will be amazing. So I know we're not much on the webinar. I'm not looking at the names. I'm not going to open no Q&A. I think I've answered everything that needs to be answered. I'll be back tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I may have a timeline, I may not, but I'll still repeat myself in terms of what is and what's about to become. And then hopefully tomorrow, and I'm almost sure tomorrow, I'll finally have the timeline to tell you on which date, at what time, the new TronLoop, incentivizing those that can help us grow, will be released. And I can't wait. I just can't wait. And I'm sure you two can't wait. Until then, this is me, William, aka Captain TronLoop. I sound like a superhero, but I'm not. I'm just a regular person like you, like anybody else. So let me end this webinar. Catch me later on, and I'll be back. Catch me later on. Thank you. TronLoop.